the second contact pose, which happens at frame 17, we're going to have this hand here. It's now going to go behind her. So for the contact poses, whenever the hand that's behind, you're going to push it behind her like that. When you look at it from the front view, it looks like that. And remember, this leading front hand here will come out like that. Look at the reference. When the hand switches around, this hand bends out like that. This hand goes directly behind, and there's a little bend in that direction like that. So we want to capture that as well, with having the arm not only behind her, but it has a little bend right here like that. Go back to the first one. Want to ensure that there's a little bend in like that. The other extreme is that the other contact pose is at 33. Go to 33. This hand here goes behind her like that. We'll look at it from the front view. See that it's now positioned behind her. There's going to be a bend in the elbow right here. And then this hand, which is the leading hand, which is in front, is going to have a bend like that. So we've established the main the main observation that we made is that the hands behave like that. Now we need to fix the in-between. So for the in-betweens, we're going to observe how the hand moves. Alright, so we're going to look at this hand over here. We're going to see how it moves come to the front of the body. When the character goes into the down position, so we can identify that this is a down position. We can still see that the hand is still behind her. When she goes into the passing position, this is the passing position here from the front view, we can see that the hand now slowly starts to come from behind her, and the arm, which was once bent in this direction behind her, is now straight. When she comes around to the step position, that is when the hand now starts to come out from the body a bit and starts to bend out a little like that. When she goes into the contact position here, that's when the arm fully bends out. So that is what we're going to observe for the first one here. Let's go back to the first contact pose. And right now we're positioning it in the front view. Right now the hand, let's kind of bring this out. The hand is behind her like that. When she's in the down position, the keyframe that we have here at frame 5 has the hand coming out. But as indicated in the reference, the hand should still be behind her on the down position. And it should still be bent behind her like that. When she's in the passing position now, that is when the hand comes around. But this hand, we can bring this hand a bit closer inwards to the body like that. When we reach the step position at 13, that is when we start to see a little distance with the hand away from the torso, and it starts to bend outwards like this. And then into the contact, we have it bending out like that. So we have a much smoother movement. So once we set the extremes from frame 1 to 17, then we're going to the in-betweens and then we observe, so to get it much smoother. So let's observe what happens on the other side of the hand when it goes back in this direction. Yeah, goes back, swinging back on this side. So we're going back to the contact pose, and let's observe this hand here. As you can see, it's bending outwards like that. Going to the down position, notice that the arm is still bent outwards like that. So we're at the down position here. Arm coming back. Notice that we're starting to see the arms come back in. So we just make sure that that is out like that. And that for the shoulder, there's a bit of distance between right there. Let's go back to the reference. Where we go now. So we're in this passing position here. We can see that there's a bit of distance between the torso and the hand here, and there's a slight bend outwards. So we're going to replicate that on the passing position. So that happens on frame 9, and I'm going to be slightly bent outwards like that. Um, we'll go to the step position. The hand is is getting ready to go behind her, but it's not fully yet behind her. So it has a little bend here, and you can, so we're going to replicate that as well. Step position happens at 13. We have it starting to come around a little bit, and it having a little bend like that, so that when it goes to frame 17, it goes behind her. So we're smoothing out the in-betweens for the action. So based on the observation that we made, if we're going to go forward on the second step, it's going to be the same principle. The hand, let's focus on this hand here. Remember, when she's in the down position, this hand behind here should still be behind her. Grab the shoulder control, move it behind, and bend the elbow backwards a bit, making sure that it looks good. Alright, the frame 25 is when the arm starts to come out a bit. We're going to straighten this one and have it closer to the body right there. 29, the arm starts to come out a bit like that, and this comes out like that, and then it will transition better into the contact pose. So that's how you get the flexibility in the elbow. And what it really is, it's all about observing the finer details in the reference material. It's all about observing how the hand behaves here. And if you realize what I did, I looked at the contact pose. How are the hands posed in the contact pose? How are the hands posed in the down position? How are they posed in the passing, the step, and then back into the contact? So it's all about observing these finer details and then applying it to your character. Now, what we need to also brush up on is the hand movement here. Now, how do the hand, the wrist behave? So we'll deal with the elbow and the upper arm. We need to figure out how the wrist behaves. One of the key observations that I was able to make was that, let's look at it from this perspective here. This is a contact pose. Now I want you to notice the positioning of this wrist right here. Notice that it's bent outwards in that direction. So it's bent up. So whenever she's in the contact pose and the hand, so remember this hand would be behind her. And when her hand is behind her, the hand would bend out like that. When she goes into the down position, so that would be a, a down position here. Notice that the hand goes down like that. Passing, hand is down. When she gets into the step, this wrist bends down and then out again. Alright, so let's replicate that. Like, look at this position, the hand here. So we're going to grab the wrist and we're going to bend it up like that. Then when it goes to frame 5, the wrist is going to come like that. Can have the shoulder starting to come around a bit. The transitions better. Wrist is still down right there on the passing position. When it reaches the step, yes, it starts to flex out. Let's look. How does it look? How do the wrists look? Alright, so let's go back a bit. It's a contact pose. Notice the wrist is bending slightly downwards like that. So on this contact pose, we can have the wrist kind of bending down a little like that. If we go to frame 21, the one observation that I made is that when the hand is coming down in this direction, we're talking about this hand here. What happens is that the hand, it will flex outwards like in that direction. So I'm just going to erase this. So when we want to grab the wrist cut, so we're at frame 21. More. We're at frame 21. Here. To rotate this out like that. Frame 25. The wrist wouldn't be down like this. It would be out like that. Frame 29. The wrist would be out like that. And 33. It would be out like that. So whenever the hand is swinging in this direction, the wrist will always be bending outwards. That same observation can be made for this hand when it's going back in the other direction like that. The hand would bend out like that. No, not for this one. Frame 5. When it's coming down, so right here the hand would be out like that. 13, hand would be out like that. 17, the hand would be out like that. So let's look and see what we have so far. So we have the waist movement, the hand movements. So what we need to get now, we need to get the movement of the breast, movement of the shoulders, and movement of the head when she's walking. So it's just about looking at, it's just a matter of just looking at the reference material and then figuring out when these certain features move at a certain point.